Welcome to semifinal game number 2. This one between the Humber Hawks and the Seneca Sting. Seneca ranked number 4 in Canada. Humber ranked number 11. This one will be a tight one between two Toronto-based teams. Humber, they got here with a 3-0 win over the Durham Lords in Wednesday's quarterfinal. Seneca beat the host Redeemer Royals 4-0. So two teams have a clean sheet in game number 1. One of them will have to give way for a winner. And we're off and running right away here at Redeemer University College for semifinal between Humber and Seneca. Makalova, recently named East Player of the Year, 12 goals to her name. This is going to give away to Aaliyah Simons at the back. Shantae Johnson intercepted Lily Campbell, and she's going to poke that through, and Stuchnoff may be away, but not until goalkeeper Raven Edwards nearly trips behind her, but is able to distribute the ball quickly to Captain Karina Light. Melinda Roblero, gives it to Alessi Da Silva. Johnson nearly gets her pocket picked from Aaliyah Spence. Kept in play. Still with it is Makalova. Makalova now is being guarded by Piazza. Makalova whips one in, looking for Uddenberg, but finds the head of a Humber player. And the first shot on goal by Seneca is easily stopped by goalkeeper Vanessa Fiore.
So to introduce the two teams, they're both playing in a 4-3-3 formation with a holding midfielder. Although I would suspect that the interpretation of the 4-3-3 might be slightly different. Humber is tending to play a controlled, short passing game in the middle, whereas Seneca would play long balls in and wide and distribute more quickly and deeper.
And we did see that yesterday. Seneca liked to play that quick ball through. Humber, much more of a possession team. Still with the Makulova being guarded by Campbell, and referee's going to call a foul, and Campbell's going to have a conversation with the referee.
While we await the free kick, just a couple of keys for the game for each team. From a Humber point of view, their focus is going to be to play their game, to play that control, try to get some quick passes into the box, and watch the long ball and defend against it from Seneca. Seneca, on the other hand, needs to close down Humber's control in the middle and consider pressing early, perhaps.
Lamacia, her free kick is dealt with, but not totally out of harm's way. Becky Spratt, a goal scorer against Durham on Wednesday, is able to put that out of play. Seneca will have a throw in. Jordan Burke on that left side. Burke's throw intending to go to Roblero, doesn't quite make it to her. Now Humber is away looking for Stuchnoff, but Light has a step on her. Makalova is able to take that down, but not a good touch, and Zanardi can regain possession for the Hawks. Spratt going towards that middle, but a good challenge by Jordan Burke. Piazza still with it, runs into number 7 of Seneca, Juliana Chalamer. Lily Campbell's throw, a good one, trying to send teammate Stuchnoff. Shantae Johnson doing a good job of shielding, but Stuchnoff able to keep it in play. Alessi Da Silva looking for Uddenberg. It won't reach her, but it will reach Roblero. Now with Medeiros looking to send Aaliyah Spence. Aaliyah Spence still with it. Medeiros going to have a go, and it's going to go right across the 6-yard box and out of harm's way for Seneca. Raven Edwards is going to play it, and instead of picking it up, she has to kick that out of play. Aaliyah Spence, the lone new addition to the starting 11 from Humber that they played with against Durham a couple days ago. Simons is going to find Shantae Johnson. Looking for DeSilva, has to do a quick pass to Karina Lay, who will just kick that deep. Piazza quickly on Makalova, and it's going to send Becky Spratt. Becky Spratt sends Stushnoff, but the flag goes up from the assistant linesman. Offside.
It's starting out to be a very intense game. Both teams are putting a lot of pressure on the ball and are making it very difficult for either side to control and get long strings of passes in.
DeSilva trying to make a move on Katarina Baderos. Does so successfully. Now is going to go against Zanardi, and she dishes off to her left back, Jordan Burke. Burke finds Roblero in the middle. Roblero looking for Shalamare, who gets the touch to Sonia Makalova. Makalova trying to get by Phillip, can't do so. Instead, Roblero is going to leave it for Alessia De Silva. Jordan Burke tries one from deep and easily taken by Fiore. Vanessa Fiore, the goalkeeper for Humber, kicks that one deep, but first person to get to that is De Silva. Shalamare goes to Simons. Back to De Silva in the middle with space. De Silva looking to send Annenberg. Annenberg touches it towards Makalova, and Lameshia might be away. Thompson does well to dispossess Lameshia, but it goes right to the foot of Jordan Burke. Makalova may have a shot, and she's going to put that in. Sonia Makalova, early on in half number 1, is going to give the Seneca Sting an early lead.
Makalova, the key player for Seneca, who is a high-scoring midfielder. And this goal really originated by almost a double switch from Seneca, first left to right and then back to left, which opened up the defense and created a big hole in the middle for Makalova to step in and score.
Sonia Makalova.
Humber, first goal they've conceded in these provincial championships is going to be off the foot of Sonia Makalova, who scored 12 in the regular season and a couple against Conestoga in their crossover game. Certainly no stranger to scoring goals, the All-Canadian. And Jordan Burke will kick that out of play. Humber's first goal conceded since a 3-2 win against Sheridan just 6 games ago, and right away it is going to be Stushnoff equalizing for the Humber Hawks after a throw-in. And right after Makalova made it 1-0, not 3 minutes later, the Hawks answer.
And it looked very much like the Seneca defense took their eye off the ball and the eye of the game. They seemed a little bit sleepy on that throw-in, which allowed Humber to break through and score.
Often teams are most susceptible after scoring, and that was certainly the case for Seneca. And all of a sudden, early on, it is a 1-1 game. Spence closes down that Simon's touch quickly, but she's able to get it away. Shalamare, and no advantage, says the referee, will be a handball against Lily Campbell. A touch in the box from Seneca, but a heavy touch, and Spratt is able to clear the way. Humber anticipating the long throw from Jordan Burke, a little bit shallower than they may have expected. Nonetheless, De Silva looks at goal, but it's going to be blocked by Piazza. Jordan Burke working on Becky Spratt. Spratt comes away with possession, but only momentarily. Taylor Thompson looking for Medeiros, finds her, and quick passes by Humber. Is able to switch the play, but that pass from Zanardi to Campbell is going to go out of play.
Really, indications are that Seneca is putting more pressure on Humber's midfield. I haven't seen the controlled passing sequences that we're used to from Humber, and part of that is Seneca's defense also moving up deep into Humber territory to not allow them out.
Udenberg might be away, but Fiore is able to get a touch. A lot of attacking from both sides early on in this semifinal. Of course, the winner of this game will be playing the Fanshawe Falcons, who were able to take down the Bruins 5-1 in a semifinal number 1. The winner also will book their ticket to Edmonton, Alberta for the national championship. 2 teams from this province going towards that national championship. Medeiros finds Stushnov, who is 1v1 against Karina Light. Stushnov now looking for more options, finds Medeiros. Medeiros looking to go back to Stushnov, who is not going to be able to get to that.
Here was a great example of a wonderful recovery run by number 7 from Seneca, who got into the way of Stashnov and cut her off goal side to prevent any further danger on net.
Edwards, her goal kick is going to find the head of Lily Campbell. Medeiros with Roblero right on her, has to go back to Pelletier. Pelletier finds the foot of Makalova. Lily Campbell, but really quickly on her is Udenberg. Now it's Shelamare working on Phillip. It's going to be a Seneca throw-in. It's with Aaliyah Simons. Now to Roblero. Finds a foot of Dominika Phillip. And Piazza is able to clear any danger. Shantae Johnson finds Aaliyah Simons. And Medeiros with the no-nonsense defense. He's able to push that out of play. Roblero trying to find Makalova. Makalova with the flick, but nobody there to retrieve that pass. Humber still with pressure in their own end. Campbell has to clear. Finding Stushnov. Stushnov looking for Spratt, but that pass is not going to reach her. Now with De Silva. Becky Spratt does receive possession. And looking for Stushnov, making that run on that right side, but able to intercept is Jordan Burke. Piazza intercepts that pass. Quickly on her is Udenberg. Now Juliana Shelamare. Lots of room in front of her. Looking for Sonia Makalova. Finds her. And on her is Dominika Phillip. Makalova, her touch to get by Phillip is going to be a little bit too heavy, and it will go for a Humber goal kick.
Humber's not finding their game yet, and it's more like Seneca's playing their traditional game plan like we thought, playing the long balls, putting a lot of pressure on, and they have been able to shut down Humber's control, forcing Humber to play some long balls, which is not really the style they like to play.
Lily Campbell is going to be forced to leave this match a lot earlier than she would have hoped. Making way for number 23 for Humber, Carvalho.
Into the game for Humber Hawks, number 23, Christina Carvalho.
It's with Becky Spratt trying to find Piazza, but not a lot of room for her, and Carvalho loses possession for the Hawks. Looking for Annenberg, but Phillip does a good job of trying to keep possession for the Hawks, but the relentless pressure from the Sting still on display. Thompson with room on that right side, looking for Stushnoff, but the first to get to that will be Karina Light. Jordan Burke looks to punt that ahead, but instead it will be another Seneca throw. It's number 3 from Seneca, Roblero, with an attempt, but right in the hands of Vanessa Fiore. It's going to be a Humber throw deep in the Seneca end, trying to get something going. It's been all Seneca the past 5 minutes or so. Seneca, the lone team in the OCAA with a record without a loss or tie, 11-0-0. Julia Zanardi finds Piazza, quickly going to Medeiros. Seneca is able to dispossess Humber. It's going to be a free kick in Seneca's favor. Burke finds Shantae Johnson. Johnson named a second-team All-Star at the banquet yesterday. Spence takes it down well. Looking for Piazza, another second-team All-Star. Looking for Carvalho on that left side, being handled by Simons, who will go back to her goalkeeper, Raven Edwards. Carvalho trying to get by Simons. Cannot do so. It will be a Humber throw. Stushnoff, the intended target, and just kicked out of bounds by Karina Light. Spence finds Stushnoff, and it will be a free kick going Humber's way. Right to it is Claudia Piazza, who scored from a set piece against Durham. Claudia Piazza, her shot is headed towards goal. It's going to be off the frame of the goal and going out for a Seneca goal kick. Piazza already has one free kick goal to her name in these championships. Trying to add a second.
So far, both defenses have been forced to clear the ball instead of playing it out of the back with control, which is due to the pressure exerted by both teams.
Into the game for Humber, number 8, Brianna Sentner.
Both teams also are doing a very good job in shifting to the side of the play and closing down opportunities to break out, but it does leave the opposite wing open for quick switches for once the players would recognize to do though.
Simons finds Shantae Johnson. Looking for Lamacia, but two Hawks players quickly on her. Thompson's going to go back to Fiore. Zanardi finds winger Becky Spratt, but she will go behind her back to Thompson. Intended for recently subbed in Senfer, but she loses possession. Now Seneca can reset, going all the way back to Raven Edwards. Co-captain Karina Light. Intending to other captain Makalova, can't get to her though. Becky Sprout with room. Looking for Carvalho. She has a step on Simons. Carvalho tries to go towards her inside, instead goes to Senfer. Senfer gets fouled, and this is in another dangerous position for the Hawks. A free kick, and it looks like Piazza is the first to that ball as well.
It was a foul in a critical area, but it was almost necessary because the player in possession had two options, one a shot, and a player was running in on her left who could have been played right on net.
Certainly a dangerous area, and one that Humber should be able to put one on net. Claudio Piazza is going to do so, and that's going to go whistle wide of the net. Piazza, must have seen a small margin to put that. She put on the left side of the wall, but just wide of the post. Becky Spratt, the first to reach that one, but it's going to go right to De Silva. Karina Light elects to go to fellow center back Johnson. Quickly on, that was Piazza reading it well. Christina Carvalho is going to go to Piazza. Piazza, her heavy touch is going to be taken by Edwards. Becky Spratt with space, but quickly on her is Light. Carvalho wins the head ball against Simons, but is not able to keep possession. It's going to be a foul against Carvalho.
I sense a change in momentum. The first 10-15 minutes, it was all in Humber's half, with Seneca putting a lot of pressure on Humber, but it's now shifting into the Seneca half, and Humber seeing a lot more of the ball and a lot more of the opportunities.
Medeiros with possession, misses the first time, does get it the second time. Now it is with Sonia Makalova, who is going to play that out of bounds. Out of the reach of Juliana Shalamari. Phillip on her quickly is Udenberg, right to the foot of Shalamari. Still with Shalamari, but she's going to play that to Pelletier. Danger still not out of Humber's half, but a pass by Piazza to Spence gives Humber possession. Medeiros trying to get by De Silva, does end up getting by her, finds fellow central midfielder Zanardi. A dangerous challenge, and it's nothing from the referee, and Karina Light has possession. Now it's with Jordan Burke. Burke elects to have a shot, but Piazza is able to block that. And Vanessa Fiore can calm down the play. Burke goes to Johnson. De Silva looking for Simons, but first to it is Medeiros. Medeiros looking for Senfer, but it's whistled offside. De Silva with space in front of her, electing to go to Chelamere. Roblero, the intended target, didn't quite get to her. Does get to Chelamere, but Vanessa Fiore is able to gobble that up. Fiore looking for Senfer. Now it's on the foot of Sonia Makalova. Berg looking to reset, gives it to Raven Edwards. Seneca passing it amongst their back line. Johnson now to Makalova, looking for Roblero. Doesn't find her, but does go to De Silva. Lamacia, the intended target, is going to try and get by Fiore, who is well out of her goal, but instead Humber regains possession. Thompson will hit that deep. Senfer has to make a play to keep it in. Doesn't do so.
Seneca has an interesting strategy. They're keeping their right winger close to the right touchline, therefore forcing the Humber defense to spread itself a little wider than it might like to. It also gives the opportunity for a long switch, which we still haven't seen much of.
Makalova the first to that ball. Now it's with Becky Spratt. Spratt hits it off of Lamacia. A Humber throw will ensue. With Spratt on that right wing. Spratt now with space. Looks for Senfer. Senfer trying to find Spratt, but can't. De Silva. It's going to go right to the foot of Dominka Phillip. De Silva will hit it long once again. Piazza. Intended for Chelamere. Instead it hits Makalova. It's going to be another offside. Called against Senfer. Piazza and Makalova going at it once again. Makalova gets fouled by Zanardi. Light elects to go short, finds De Silva. De Silva with space in front of her, looking for Burke. Burke has space, but that's going to be blocked by Thompson. Becky Spratt well within her own zone. Elects to go long, looking for Senfer. That'll be pushed out of play for another Seneca throw.
So far, the Humber defense has done a good job forcing Seneca to shoot from far or way outside the box and not really letting them combine in the danger area.
An injury to Brianne Senfer.
Back into the game for Humber, number 20, Emma Stushnoff.
Stushnoff, the goal scorer for Humber, back into play after a short break. As the medical staff looks to assist Senfer. Not sure what happened on the play, but Senford was able to walk off on her own power. Burke. Her throw intended target was Udenberg. Instead, it's going to find the feet of Stushnov. Looking at Spratt. Spratt's going to get fouled by De Silva. De Silva and the referee going to have a conversation. Looks like the cards will stay in the referee's pocket for now. Just a conversation with Alessia De Silva. Piazza able to put one into the box. Dushnov unable to get it. Maybe Spence will. It's going to be a foul committed against Humber. A couple players, but Spence on the ground. Edwards and Shantae Johnson.
It's an unfortunate incident with players going down possibly injured, but it does demonstrate the intensity of the game and the fight both teams are putting up for every single ball. There, as they say, no quarters given.
Johnson, Edwards, still both on the ground. Medical staff attending to both. Edwards seemed to be in more pain than Johnson. It's a good sight to see both players able to continue. Raven Edwards and Shantae Johnson after being shaken up on that last play. Edwards looking for LaMacia, finds her. LaMacia trying to find Shalimari. The poor touch by Spence is able to reach it to Shalimari. Now it's with Roblero. The overlap run by Simons, but Aaliyah Spence is on her right away. Simons still with possession. The cross intended for Udenberg behind her, and Humber can get it out of their zone. De Silva is going to push it right to Piazza. Now Stushnov is away. Burke finds Makalova. Her pass just out of De Silva's reach. Udenberg is able to keep possession for Seneca, but only momentarily as Becky Spratt is quick on her. Udenberg having a conversation with the head referee, starting to turn into a very physical game. We expected both skilled teams to be passing around, but now very scrappy as we've seen in the Algonquin-Sheridan game.
That is definitely somewhat surprising that it is physical and very hard fought, but credit to the referee who's keeping everything under control, talking to the players and not letting it escalate.
Burke has to kick that one out. It's now with Zanardi trying to find Medeiros. Medeiros looking for Spence. Instead, it'll go to Simons, and it'll be a free kick for the Sting. Foul committed by Aaliyah Spence. Edwards will receive the pass from Light, looking for Simons. Quickly on her is Aaliyah Spence. Burke trying to make a move on Becky Spratt. Burke still with possession. Looking to whip that into the box, trying to find Makalova, but in the way is Dominika Phillip. Stushnov looking for Spratt. Instead, it will go to Sting player Lamachia. Lamachia elects to go behind her to Karina Light. Carvalho with Roblero right on her. It's going to be a free kick for Humber. A lot of fouls committed by either side. Piazza now with a free kick. Piazza. Her free kick is going to be directed right at Edwards' goal and easily picked up by Edwards and distributed quickly. It's with Lamachia. Lamachia gets her pass intercepted by Piazza, looking for Spratt. Spratt gives it back to Claudia Piazza with room in front of her, but quickly on that is Jordan Burke. That pass intended for Stushnov is easily taken by Raven Edwards. Carvalho the first to Edwards' kick, and she's able to keep possession for the Hawks, but not until De Silva intercepts that pass. Phillip finds Spence, but quickly on her is Shalamare. Spence gets the return pass, intended for Medeiros. Medeiros. Medeiros draws a foul against Shalamare. Piazza, her ball intended for Spratt, intercepted by Burke, and now it is Roblero with room, but quickly on her is Piazza. Roblero gets tangled up with Zanardi, loses possession. Zanardi now looking to send Stunstoff. De Silva now finds Melinda Roblero. Edinburgh, the drop pass to De Silva, but that final pass is intercepted by Thompson. Makalova with room, but right on her is Phillip. Makalova to Shalamare, back to Makalova. It's going to be a foul, and the first yellow card is going to be awarded to Aaliyah Spence.
The intensity of the match continues, and it's amazing what work rate both midfield lines are putting out. Can they keep it up, or will there be big holes developing in the midfield as they tire? They're transitioning fast, from offense to defense and backwards, and it will take its physical toll.
This match, a rematch of last year's semifinal. Humber was victorious in that one, 2-1, but it did go the distance. It went to penalty kicks. This one currently 1-1. Lamacia is going to let that one go out of play. Finds Jordan Burke. Lamacia with possession, going to fire one towards goal, and maybe a Seneca with a chance. Shalamari trying to find Udenberg, but cannot get her feet. Will instead go out for a Sting corner.
And one of the very few times that Seneca actually penetrated into the box, and immediately it almost cost Humber a goal. Also, Seneca continues to push the defense up deep into Humber half with the objective of really buttoning them in there and maintain the pressure on net.
Quick substitution for Seneca. Kiara Puntillo replacing Aaliyah Simons.
Back into the game for Seneca, number 15, Aaliyah Simons.
Roblero looks at goal. Makalova with an opportunity, but it will go off the side of the net. No harm done towards Fiori's goal. Fiori. Goal kick is towards Makalova. Zanardi pushes her down. It's going to be a free kick from that foul. De Silva with possession. Quickly on her is Medeiros. Udenberg looking for Roblero. Udenberg finds it once again, looking for Makalova this time, but Taylor Thompson in her way. Stushnov is going against 6 red shirts. Her white team is quickly trying to help her out. Still with it is Stushnov. And she is going to pull one on target and out of play. Edwards finds Karina Light. Light will go back to Edwards. Now to De Silva. Stushnov will dispossess De Silva. Now Seneca may be away. It is Udenberg who's going to be going against Pelletier. Foul committed against Udenberg, and Humber has possession. A yellow card now shown to Carly Udenberg. Fiori, her free kick right to the head of Alessia De Silva. Going out for a Humber throw. Thompson, her throw intended for Stushnov, doesn't quite find her.
I think the 2 early goals scored in the game gave each team the confidence that they believe they can win this game, and that's how they're playing. They're fighting hard for dominance.
Free kick in a dangerous position for the Hawks. Becky Spratt goes down.
I would not be surprised if this game yielded the first red card of the tournament. The way these teams are fighting and going in, and some tackles are getting very dangerous and very close to being red carded.
Free kick is directed towards Edwards' goal, and she's able to grab that. Approaching the end of half number 1. Medeiros, the first of that, brought down well. 4 minutes of added time to half number 1. A lot of extracurricular activity, so plenty of time added. Pelletier. Piazza with space. Piazza looking for Carvalho. Roblero finds Shalamari with space in front of her. Spence getting back, but it will be Dominika Phillip who will shield off that heavy touch from Shalamari and will go out for a Humber goal kick. De Silva finds Shalamari, and another heavy touch by Shalamari will result in a second consecutive goal kick for the Hawks. Fiore, her goal kick is taken by Shalamari, but it will be going back to Fiore after another heavy touch and deflected from Phillip. Elects to drop kick that one away. Zanardi looking for Spratt, but in the way of that was Jordan Burke. Burke finds LaMacia. Quickly on her was Piazza. Thompson is going to make the easy pass to Medeiros. No-nonsense defense by Karina Light looking for Shalamari. Now is it with Dominika Phillip. Phillip looking for Carvalho. Trying to defend is Puntillo. Carvalho makes a nice move and finds Stushnoff onside. Johnson dispossesses Stushnoff, and it's still with Shalamari. Chiara Puntillo. As we approach the end of half number one, Carvalho intercepts that throw. Pelletier has to act quickly, but gives that right to Shalamari. Piazza with it in her own 18-yard box is going to get it out, but again right to Shalamari. She misses that. And now Carvalho, and it's going to be a foul against Christina Carvalho. Could likely be the last play of half number one, Karina Light. A free kick. Light, her free kick, a threatening one, but Piazza's the first to receive that. Now Becky Spratt. Looking for Stushnoff, the last man back. Shantae Johnson takes care of it. De Silva looking for Udenberg, but Pelletier right there. Now Medeiros finds Piazza, the one-touch pass, and trying to spring Carvalho, unable to do so. Edwards finds Udenberg, but only momentarily until Pelletier gets out of play. And it's going to be halftime, 1-1 the final, as the first 45 is finished.
From a coaching perspective, I would suggest that Seneca might be happier with the way the game unfolded, as their game plan seems to have been more executed than Humber's, who is still struggling to assert their normal dominance and controlling game in midfield.
1-1 the score after 45. The next 45 coming to you in 15 minutes. This game could be going past the 90 the way it's going so far. One for Seneca after a goal from Makalova, and Stushnoff, not 5 minutes later, equalized the score. We will have the next 45 for you in just a few minutes. Welcome back to second half action in semifinal number 2. This one between Humber and Seneca. 1-1 the score. Sonia Makalova opened the scoring for the Sting. And very quickly, Emma Stushnoff canceled that goal by Makalova out with a goal of her own. And that is what we have to report on in half number 1. These two teams came into it, and Tom, we both thought that it would be a very skilled game, and it turned out to be a very physical, scrappy game. A lot of contact, 2 yellow cards already shown. And that ball by Light is going to be chased down by Unenberg, one of the receivers of a yellow card. Lamacia being defended by Dominika Phillip. Still with it is Lamacia, finds Jordan Burke. And now with it is Makalova. Lamacia has room in front of her. Lamacia looking for Roblero. Zanardi looking for Stushnoff. Stushnoff is onside. Edwards challenges that and is able to push that out of play.
Goalkeeper was hesitant at first, but when she saw the speed, she made the right decision and came out of her box, actually, to clear the ball.
That is to Unenberg, but on that quickly is Piazza. Unenberg still on Piazza, but Piazza is able to get away. Looking for Carvalho. Puntillo will just push that out of play.
Seems to be a slight early change in Humber's strategy as the defense is moving deeper into Seneca's half, which it didn't do as much in the first half, which tells me that they want to get an early goal, early advantage by pressing high and counter-pressing.
Spence being watched by Shalamare. Has to go back to Pelletier. Pelletier to fellow center back Phillip. Looking for the long ball to Spratt, but right in the way of that is Jordan Burke. Referee calls advantage. Calls a foul against Spratt. Jordan Burke still waiting to get up. Jordan Burke having a conversation with the referee. But after a quick talk, he's ready to resume play. Roblero looking for Makalova, and that's going to find the back of the net. Vanessa Fiore caught a little off her line, and all of a sudden Seneca regains their 1-goal advantage.
That was a goal that is typically called a goal out of nothing. It was a lucky kick, a stab at the ball, and it just floated in over the goalie's head.
Berg's still in some discomfort, but he elects to play on. Sonia Makalova gets her second of the game. Carvalho looks for Medeiros and expect the Humber attack to go off right away, as they did after the first goal of the game by Makalova.
Seneca goal scored by number 8, Sonia Makalova.
Fiore has to kick that one deep. And Stushnoff and Shantae Johnson go up together, but Johnson is the one able to recover. Lamacia is now away, but it will go to the hands of Vanessa Fiore. Stushnoff trying to get by Karina Light, cannot do so. Light. Her pass is going to be intercepted by Piazza. Piazza is going to be fouled by Makalova.
And again, a goal early in the half Can Humber respond like they did in the first half?
Piazza, her free kick. Looking towards Edwards. Karina Light's the first to get a piece of that. Seneca cleared the area. Lots of time for Phillip. Zanardi on her right away is Lamacia. Zanardi goes to her center back, Pelletier. Now with it is Captain Karina Light, finding De Silva quickly on her is Zanardi, forcing to make that poor pass, but Thompson is going to give it right to Raven Edwards. Lamacia dispossesses Thompson, but not enough until Zanardi gets possession. De Silva looking at Jordan Burke. Still with it is Burke. Trying to find Lamacia. Spratt trying to go towards the middle. De Silva intercepts that, and Pelletier has to kick that out of play as De Silva, or Udenberg, excuse me, was gaining on her.
Seneca once again is starting the half with high intensity and high pressure on the ball. The Humber ladies are having no time to move the ball around or to even keep a second or two of possession.
Thompson gets a piece of that. Almost got to Macalo before a foot by Medeiros interrupted that play. Johnson, but quickly on her is Stushnov. It's now with Carvalho. Piazza calls for it and receives it. Looking for Spence. Spence still with possession as she approaches the middle. Now Medeiros has time, looking for Spratt. Piazza with the shot and a great block by Shantae Johnson. Johnson still in some discomfort as she is at the top of the penalty area. The medical staff unsure of what to do. Of course, if the medical staff were to assist her, Johnson would be forced to come off the pitch for at least a second. Electing to continue. The corner kick is taken by Edwards. Shelamare attempts to clear, but right to Katarina Medeiros. Piazza, that ball to Stushnov. Stushnov still having an attempt at goal. It's almost going to get through Raven Edwards until she gobbles that up. Humber appealing for a handball. And again, a Seneca player is down. Shantae Johnson, the player who's down before, still in some discomfort. Certainly something to watch is Shantae Johnson is limberly walking.
Into the game for Seneca, number 12, Faith Metcalf Semenya.
Play ready to resume after the injury to Shante Johnson. Coming in for her, number 12, Faith Simonia. Spratt may be away. It's going to be offside, says the linesman, just offside, a couple steps. And Seneca get away unscathed.
We haven't really seen Spratt, the captain of Humber, involved in the game very much, and I think the key to them fighting back into the game and scoring the next goal could be springing her loose and using her speed and skill to get into the box and get a shot on net.
The left back is now Melinda Roblero, used to be playing in an attacking position. See if that is something that Humber looks to expose. Makalova looking for Shelamary. That will not go near her. Well out for a goal kick. Seneca coming into this game with a perfect 11-0 record. Good for 4th nationally. Thompson finds Zanardi. Zanardi looking to spring Spratt, instead finds Stushnov. Makalova looking to spring Uddenberg, but quickly on that was Dominka Phillip. Corner taken and a threatening one. Vanessa Fiore the first to it. Quickly played up, trying to find Stushnov. Medeiros gets by her first defender. Now looking for Carvalho, cannot get to her. Pelletier. Phillip, and quickly on her is Uddenberg. Phillip, that pass is going to go all the way to the goal of Raven Edwards. Thompson looking for Stushnov. Some miscommunication at the back end. Mayer-Lee trying to find Stushnov once again, but a good defensive effort by Seneca. Simiana trying to get by Thompson. Thompson has to just knock that out of play.
And Seneca is sticking with their best weapon, which is the long ball to speedy forward, and it always puts pressure on Humber's defense. But so far they've been able to respond well and close them down.
Makalova trying to flick to Uddenberg. Still with it is Makalova, but quickly on her is Piazza. And now it's a free kick in a very difficult position going against Humber.
Looks like Makalova will take the free kick, and I would not be surprised if she's picking the high far corner.
A lot of white shirts in that wall. Makalova, her free kick is headed towards Fiore's goal, but picked off by Fiore. Zanardi. Spratt not on the same page as Zanardi, as that one will go all the way down to the Seneca goal. De Silva with time finds an open Karina Light. Light still with space in front of her. Trying to find Underberg, but right in the way of that is Piazza. Underberg will have to go back to Light. Light will kick that right to Vanessa Fiore. Trying to run on that was Juliana Shalamare. Spratt finds Stushnov. Stushnov is being defended by De Silva. Lemacia and fouled by Medeiros. Pontillo now for Seneca finds Jordan Burke. De Silva. Piazza shown the yellow card, a late challenge against Karina Light.
Into the game for Humber, number 22, Sonia Sahota.
Sonia Sahota seeing her first bit of action in these OCAA championships, taking off Emma Stunshoff. Light's free kick intended for Makalova. First goes to Piazza. Makalova looking for Shalamare. Shalamare is away, but it's going to go right to Fiore.
Good call by the referee, letting Seneca play the advantage after a foul on Makalova, which almost paid off in a goal.
Pelletier finds Medeiros. And it's going to be fouled by Lemacia. Claudia Piazza has hit the crossbar off of a free kick. Swing one towards the Edwards goal, but picked off by Edwards quickly. Distributes to Semenya. Medeiros puts that out of play, and Seneca can make a change. Coming back in is
Back into the game for Seneca,
Shantae Johnson.
Shantae Johnson.
Still looks like Johnson is walking or running limberly to her center back position. Elects to be all right to play. Deflected out by Jordan Burke. It will be a Humber throw. Thompson looking at Zanardi. Zanardi for Phillip, but that return pass to Zanardi is out of play, but Lemacia doesn't do a good job of holding on to that. A goal kick for Seneca. That pass intended for Medeiros. A little bit ahead of her. Karina Light has to clear her lines. Phillip puts it in the middle, but right to Sonia Makalova. Makalova, her touch is intercepted by Thompson. Now to Spratt, the tough challenge by Burke. Makalova fouled by Zanardi.
I think this foul might be an indication of Humber getting a little frustrated with Seneca keeping the pressure on and giving them very little time on the ball, not allowing them to establish the control game that has paid off for Humber so well in the past.
Light looking for Annenberg. Right there is Piazza. Piazza trying to send Sahota. Sahota now has Spratt making a run. Spratt the first to it, getting defended by Burke. And do a goal kick in favor of Seneca. Good opportunity for Humber, but even better defensive play. Piazza. And a handball called against Seneca. Humber feels that they had the advantage. Claudia Piazza. Goal possibly on her mind. It looks like she will be putting one towards goal, but Raven Edwards not contested. Zanardi being defended by Lamacia. Runs into Sonia Makalova. Still with it is Makalova. Finds Uddenberg. Takes it down well. Uddenberg is taken down by Pelletier, and a yellow card coming out for Remy Pelletier.
This attack was altered up by an excellent skillful move by Makalova, who turned the Humber player inside out, played the ball forward, and almost left the defense no choice but to commit the foul to prevent a clear chance on net. On the last free kick, Makalova chose to go low, near corner. Let's see if she's changing her approach to this kick and go for the high shot.
Lamacia also lined up near the ball. Makalova looks to go for the volley, but it will be right in the hands of Fiore. With lots of space, Becky Spratt. Quickly on her is Lamacia. Phillip will elect to go behind her to Fiore, who just kicks it deep. Sahota fouls De Silva. Now it is with Jordan Burke. Goes to her center back, Shantae Johnson. Easily picked off by Zanardi. Now Becky Spratt is sprung, but it might be easily picked off by Light. It is. And she goes to Raven Edwards. Lamacia controls it. Trying to get by Thompson. Olivia Lamacia. Looking for Uddenberg. Pelletier first to get that one. Medeiros finds Phillip. Still with it is Humber. Now it's with Taylor Thompson. Zanardi finds Becky Spratt, but not where Sprout is anticipating it to be. Jordan Burke, but instead finds Taylor Thompson. Sahodu can't get any of that. Thompson working on Lamacia. It will be another Seneca throw.
With 20 minutes left in the game, there would be a tendency for Humber players to want to rush and try to get the equalizer quickly, yet their coach continues to encourage them to stay composed and try to exert their control on the game.
Spence looking for Sahota. Can't find her. Now with Katarina Medeiros. Zanardi couldn't find anybody making a run. Instead, it will go right to Raven Edwards. Shalamare still with possession. Going out for a goal kick towards the Hawks, and substitution coming out for Humber.
Into the game for Humber, number 21, Nilda Correa.
Nilda Correa seeing her first bit of action in the semifinal, taking off central midfielder Julia Zanardi. Thompson goes back to Correa. Correa looking for Sahota, can't find her. Light intercepts. Edinburgh can't get a piece of that. Sahota with possession, looks to go behind her to Katerina Medeiros. Not to Piazza, who's calling for it. Now Makalova trying to spring her teammate Edinburgh, but instead it'll go all the way down to Fiore's goal.
Humber at the moment without two key starters, their strikers Seshnov and attacking midfielder Sonardi. Can they compensate with players that have not seen much action?
Spratt trying to get by Burke and is unable to do so. It will be a Seneca throw. First throw taken down by Thompson. Spratt has room in front of her. Spratt a heavy touch, and Jordan Burke is shown a yellow card, her second in as many games. Carvalho will be taking the free kick in spot of Piazza, the normal taker. Carvalho's free kick is going to be intercepted, and Piazza cannot put it away.
Clearly the best chance for Humber in the second half. It should have been a tap-in, but unfortunately for Humber, the ball went wide.
Burke being defended by Spratt. Spratt wins possession. Looking to cross, it will be deflected by Burke for a Humber corner. Corner to be taken by Carvalho. Edwards wins possession and distributes right away, but Medeiros might be on her quickly. Lamacia tries to get by Phillip, can't do it. Medeiros with space in front of her. Still with space, Medeiros. Looks for Spratt. Taylor Thompson on that right side. She looks to cross, but right into the hands of Raven Edwards.
Seneca goalkeeper Edwards is playing a great game, anticipating every cross, every ball that's coming into the box, and controlling it well.
Pelletier, but that's going to go to the foot of Edinburgh, who cannot handle it. Thompson finds Piazza. Piazza looking at Carvalho, cannot find her. Carvalho now with possession, trips over the ball, but is able to find Correa, leaves it for Spence. Possession now with Seneca. Shalimari gets dispossessed by Carvalho. Taking it to the corner, still with is Carvalho. It will be a Seneca throw. Medeiros with possession. Right on her is Makalova. Correa gets dispossessed by Makalova, finding Uttenberg at top. Uttenberg will have to go behind her to Melinda Roblero. Committed foul by Roblero. Humber, have possession at mid-pitch.
With 15 minutes left, this is the time where Humber needs to start making decisions on pushing more players up, perhaps leaving the defense a little more exposed, but certainly trying to get some production out of the attacking midfielders into the box and on net.
Fiore's free kick looking for Piazza. Phillip looking for Becky Spratt. Spratt looking for Correa. Correa is going to get beaten to by Raven Edwards. Edwards looking long. Looking for Shalimari. Shalimari with room, approaching that Humber area. Tries to cut past Spence, cannot do so. It will be a throw-in for the Sting. Corner for Seneca. Lemacia set to take this one. Threatening corner from Lemacia. Humber able to clear it, only momentarily though. Roblero goes behind her, Shantae Johnson. Jordan Burke with lots of time has a go well wide of Fiore's goal. Goal kick for Humber.
Back into the game for Humber, number 12, Julia Zanardi, and number 20, Emma Stashnoff.
We're starting to see the tactical changes from Humber, now playing with two strikers, Zanardi and Stashnoff. Pontillo looking for Shalimari. Has a step on Spence, but it'll be just out of play. Lemacia trying to find a teammate, cannot do so. Medeiros looking to spring Stashnoff. Stashnoff cannot keep that ball in. It will be a Seneca throw.
As Zach mentioned, Humber's changing to a 4-4-2 with two strikers on top and two wingers now providing width and balls into the box. And immediately Seneca's coach responding with a 5-player midfield to close down the extra attacking on the wings that is likely to be coming from Humber.
Edwards looking for Lemacia. Right on her is Thompson. Burke has a step on Thompson, and it was throw-in ensuing for Humber. Looking for Zanardi, can't find her. LaMacia will play that well out of play. Thompson looking for Becky Spratt, trying to find Stushnoff. First to get to that one is Burke. Stushnoff, the intended target, just ahead of her is Karina Light. Pelletier trying to find Medeiros. Makalova beats Piazza to the ball. Makalova makes a couple of moves, and now looking for LaMacia. Thompson and LaMacia going for that one. Thompson slides, and it will be a throw-in for Seneca. Burke's throw, looking for Edinburgh. First to get to that one was Phillip. Edinburgh still has it. Phillip the first to get to that one as well. Sahota trying to find Stushnoff, cannot do so. And instead Puntillo will kick that one away. Zanardi looks to flick that one to Piazza. Piazza is away. Stops in front. She gets grabbed by Johnson, and a foul by Shantae Johnson. A second yellow to Shantae Johnson, meaning she is being removed from this game. Tom, you said there might be a red card coming in half number 2, and you were absolutely correct. Seneca will now be playing a man short for the remainder of this game, whether it's 10 minutes or longer.
Caution the wrong player. Caution the wrong player. When he first cautioned, he cautioned the wrong number. So it's not a double yellow.
Correction. There was not a red card on the play, just a mistake by the referee. The red card has been put back into the pocket by head referee. Just a yellow card to Johnson. Previously thought to be booked beforehand, was not. But nonetheless, it will be a free kick for Humber in a promising area. Piazza surely looking for goal. She is, but gets blocked. And Edwards looking to keep that in. Can, and it will be a Humber corner kick. The corner threatening. And just out of play, Taylor Thompson having an attempt at goal.
Fantastic corner and a great header, diving header by Thompson, but just missing the near post. Humber is now pushing up numbers, essentially keeping one defender back and taking their chances by playing deep, and they have to. They must keep the ball in Seneca's half and create chances and shots on net.
Back into the game for Seneca, number 12, Faith Metcalf-Simiana.
Karina Light receives a goal kick from Edwards with space in front of her. Light lets to go long, looking for Edinburgh. Phillip goes to Fiore. Piazza. Medeiros. And Piazza might be away, but Edwards is there first. Piazza gets the touch, but it's going to be outside of the penalty area for Seneca. Spratt elects to get by LaMacia herself. Can't do so. Foul committed by Spratt.
Once again, on the previous play, Seneca's goalkeeper, Edwards, does a fantastic job in coming out and clearing the ball.
Conversation between the referee and head coach of Seneca. Roblero trying to find Simiana. On her right away is Pelletier. Nice move to get by her. Simiana still on her. Looking for Carvalho. Roblero challenged by Piazza, but still with possession. And a Seneca throw to come. Johnson will go all the way back to Edwards. Edwards kick from her own goal, not a good one, and De Silva will give it to Edwards. Carvalho looking for Piazza. Another free kick given to Humber. Raven Edwards will take that one comfortably. That's an Zanardi shot, not testing her. Medeiros gets a touch on that. Jordan Burke going to De Silva, but right to the head of Phillip. Phillip being guarded by Edinburgh, but Fiore calls off the player. Stushnov can't get a touch. Instead, it will go to Johnson. Pelletier, but Makalova has possession with room in front of her. Makalova trying to make a move on Spence. Instead, goes to Simania. Roblero finds Semeni going towards the corner. A ground cross intended for Edinburgh, but right into the hands of Vanessa Fiore. Makalova, room in front of her. Tackled by Medeiros. Becky Spratt looking to spring, stunts off, but once again, Edwards outside of her goal is able to push that one aside. LaMacia may have a conversation with the referee. Thompson on the ground in some serious pain.
Wow.
Ready to resume play after the injury to Thompson. Fiore's free kick. Taken out by the Seneca player. 4 minutes of added time. Seneca lead 2-1 after a early second half goal by Makalova.
And it's all or nothing now for Humber. They need to push everybody up and stay up, which we're seeing now with the goalkeeper basically playing last defender.
Zanardi intending for the flick. Instead it goes to the foot of Roblero. Now Lamacia with lots of room in front of her. Lamacia now being guarded by Pelletier. Fiore has to make a nice diving stop.
Excellent save by the Humber goalkeeper to maintain their chance to get back into this game. A goal at this stage and it would all be over.
Seneca in absolutely no rush to get this corner kick off. The winner of this game, of course, going to the national championship in Edmonton. Lamacia, her corner delivered into the box.
Excellent goalkeeping, and Humber looking for the quick break.
Roblero the first to get to that one, but Medeiros is on that one right away. Puntillo, but in front of her is Piazza, and another great defensive play by Seneca. Still with it is Roblero. Carvalho trying to find Aaliyah Spence. Foul committed by Spence, and that will give Seneca possession in their own end. Again, Seneca not in any rush to get this play resumed. This matchup from 2018 ended 2-1 in Humber's favor. Currently 2-1 for Seneca. That 2018 matchup going to penalties. Stushnov and is fouled. Humber with possession.
This could well be one of the last opportunities for Humber to tie the game and force it into extra time. Unlike the last free kick, the key here is not to strike it at the goalie, but to get it into the box where there's traffic, hope for deflection, and then tuck it into the net.
Carvalho taking this one, and it's going to go right in the hands of Raven Edwards. Edwards, her kick is going to go to Carvalho, but Roblero now is looking for Lamacia. Lamacia is going to draw the foul. Medeiros with the high cleat. Udenberg. Pontillo now will be taking a throw-in for Seneca. Lamacia gets dispossessed and a foul committed. Seneca get a free kick in their own end. And the final whistle goes. The Seneca Sting are headed to the national championship, taking down the Humber Hawks 2-1. The final, both goals by Sonia Makalova. Seneca will be going against Fanshawe in the gold medal game tomorrow. Humber will have to settle for the bronze against Sheridan in action tomorrow.
On the whole, the Seneca was more successful in getting their game plan into place, which was to close down Humber's midfield. And that is exactly what happened. Humber never really got the flow of the game and the control of the ball. Also, from a key player perspective, Makalova for Seneca delivered 2 goals, while Humber's key players could not produce in this critical game.
Seneca in clear jubilation as they are more than aware of where they're headed in a couple of weeks. The referee certainly had his hands full, a number of cards, nearly a red. Still waiting on the Player of the Game award for both sides.
Fans, please direct your attention to the score table as we announce the players of the game from today's match. Teams, please line up around the score tables. The player of the game from the Humber Hawks, number 0, and the goalkeeper Courtney Nadeau. Vanessa Fiore, my apologies.
Vanessa Fiore, the keeper for Humber, awarded the Player of the Game after making a number of key stops to keep her team within striking distance.
For the Seneca Sting, number 1, Raven Edwards Dowdo.
And the opposite goalkeeper, Raven Edwards, is able to collect the Player of the Game for Seneca. And both players, deservingly so, have won Players of the Game. Both made key saves at key times. Edwards Dowdle especially, and giving her Sting teammates a much-needed performance and stopping the Humber attack from getting more than one. And 2 goals by Sonia Makalova is what helped the Sting win this one and book their spot in the championship game and the national championship. 2-1. Seneca the final over Humber. Join us tomorrow at 12 and 3 for our next couple of games. 12 o'clock, the bronze medal game between the Sheridan Bruins and the Humber Hawks, and the much anticipated gold medal game between the number 1 ranked national Fanshawe Falcons going against number 4 ranked nationally Seneca Sting. Certainly be an exciting game. 3 o'clock, that gold medal game. We hope you tune in for that one.